Good evening, everyone. This side, Sanjay Bhattacharjee, the head of the institution of Paramita Heritage School, Pinnacle and Premier Unit, and Irish World School. Some of you might understand that why I am here sitting in front of you people having an interaction by using the social media. I personally believe that this is the need of the hour to guide and handhold the children of my institution and so many others just before the board exam 2023. You know, I was also a student like you when I faced the board exam for the first time in my life. And trust me, I was also scared the way you are now. So trust me, I know the pressure that you feel on a daily basis when you prepare yourself for the board exam. It is not an easy task. 10 years we wrote the exam in school system, and then all of a sudden there is a public exam. You have to go to a different campus, you have to face the question prepared by other people, and it will be evaluated based on some criteria. So my purpose of having this session with you people to guide you for a really good presentation and preparation for the upcoming board exam 2023. Mainly I will be covering the CBSE board exam because all my students or children, they are appearing for the CBSE board exam itself. Until last year, the CBSE board exam was designed term-wise, first term and second term. But now when we came back to the normal after the pandemic, the CBSE Council has decided that they will go along with the old design of CBSE board exam, that is once in a year. And every year in the month of February or March, they start the board exam. This year, the exam is scheduled 3rd week of February. I am aware of the fact that Paramita Heritage School, all children, all of you, are preparing the board exam according to the guidance that has been given by your teachers, our Honorable Chairman, Dr. E. Prasad Rao, and many of us, me, Gopi sir, Dipti ma'am, Rabindra Patra sir, and many of the other leaders. Do you think it is enough for you guys to prepare yourself for the board exam? Because there are some technical issues that we might need to address. And today's purpose is to guide you step by step through this journey. Today's presentation will cover how to prepare a better answer script, what should be mentioned in the answer script when you are writing an exam, also what you should not be including when you are writing the exam. We know that all fingers are not same size, and I know that you guys are all unique, but some of you are having a little bit of problem with different subjects. Some of us, we like humanities, some of us, we like maths, some of us, we like science subjects or language or literature. But our education system is defined in a way that 10th class exam, you need to appear for all subjects. There is no other alternatives. So what is the best possible way to write the board exam without the fear? I request all the students to have a paper and a pen in front of you so that you guys can write the important points which I will be covering today. And my sincere request to you people also to type any question that you are having in the comment box. Not now, but later I will be getting back to you, either coming to your class or through the suggestion mode in our Paramita Heritage YouTube channel. So please be prepared for that. I will be presenting my screen now so that you know that what needs to be done. Be ready with the pen and paper, follow the screen and follow my guidelines. So here I go. The first one is marking scheme and the evaluation. The CBSE 10th class board exam, every year in the month of February or March it happens. And there is a very clear-cut marking scheme. So that if you know the marking scheme, you are halfway through. The subject weightage, chapter-wise, which chapter gets what marks, and from which chapter, how many marks question will be coming in your board exam. So this will be the discussion at the first point. I want to go for the next slide, so please follow that we are going along with the next presentation. So the scheme of subjects, there are three different schemes. One is compulsory subjects, that is language 1 and language 2, English, and the second one is either Hindi or in our case, Telugu. Second is science, which will be having physics, chemistry, and biology included. Then maths, then social studies, that will cover geography, history, and economics. The optional subjects are skill subjects, language 3, any academic other than those above subjects, which we don't go for. The last one is internal assessment subject, art education and health and physical education. For art education, we are going along with the integrated art project, and health and physical education, PT department will be taking care of it. Moving on to the next one. Marking scheme and question pattern weightage. The current CBSE marking scheme, which is divided into two terms last year, but this year onwards, the pattern will be competency-based questions will be given 40% priority. Objective type questions will be given 20% priority, and short or long answer type questions will be given 40% priority. So what is competency-based question? Before NEP 2020, National Education Policy 2020, this competency-based question was not covered in a grand way. But now, when the NEP 2020 is on board, we are about to implement it from the next academic year onwards. Competency-based question is now the main focus while preparing the question paper. The competency-based question will evaluate not only your theoretical knowledge, but how you are going to write that knowledge or transfer that knowledge into understanding and skills and application part. So the understanding and the skill and application, these are the three major areas when it comes to the competency-based questions. You all know that there is objective type questions compulsory, where 1 mark question will be there and you have to select from the multiple options. And then short and long answer type questions. So based on three, the one area we all need to focus on is our competency-based question part. Our teachers, when they are going for the extended classes or the assignments or the worksheets we are preparing, we are actually focusing on the competency-based. Now, I will go to the next page where subject-wise discussion I will be explaining to you. First, mathematics. We all are a little bit scared of mathematics, aren't we? Even I was when I was in 10th class. But trust me, if we follow the proper strategy when we are preparing ourselves for mathematics, it will not be that much scary. And mathematics paper are of two. One is the basic paper and the other one is the standard paper. Standard paper is a little bit higher order thinking skills questions. Basic paper will focus on the basic maths problem. So there are 4 sections. Section A, Section B, Section C, and Section D. Total number of questions from Section A will be 6, and the marks per question will be 1. Section B will be having again 6 number of questions, but the marks this time is 2. Section C will be having 10 questions, which will be having marks 3 each. And Section D will be having 8 questions. Each question will be carrying 4 marks. The mathematics theory paper will be of 80 marks, and the internal assessment will be for the 20 points. The examiners will be having 30 questions divided into 4 sections. There will be questions for 1, 2, 3, and 4 marks. The paper will be given 3 hours to complete. The questions will be the objective, short answer, and descriptive type. So this is about mathematics. Now I am coming next to science. Science will be having 5 different segments: section A, section B, section C, section D, and section A. Section A will be having 2 questions, each questions 1 marks. Section B will be having 3 questions, mark per question is 2. Section C will be having 10 questions, each questions 3. Section D will be having 6 questions, each question 5 marks. Section E, 6 questions, each 2, total 80 marks. The theory paper will be of 80 marks, internal assessment will be for the 20 marks. The total number of questions will be divided into 5 sections. The science theory paper also will be of 3 hours. Questions will be for 1, 2, 3, or 5 marks. Question will be the objective, very short answer, assert and reason based, short answer, and descriptive type paper. For science paper, I will tell you one thing. Even if it is not asked, but you know that the answer is connected to any diagram or any kind of charts, please insert the diagram with the paper, with the answer, because it will give you extra edge to carry the full marks. You can write the answer without the diagram, but that will not be giving you the full marks getting chance. But if you add the diagram which is connected to the question or any chart or any picture that you need to draw, it will help you immensely. So please focus on that part. And again, I will tell you one thing. When you are preparing the science paper, and if you want to do any calculation for physics and chemistry, particularly when it comes to the numericals, please put a margin right on the right side of your answer script, and next to the main answer, please do the rough work. It will help the examiner to understand that from where the answer is coming, or you are actually calculating or not. I am moving forward for the English. CBSE English, again 3 sections. One is reading, 20, there will be a comprehension. Section B, writing and grammar, that will also be coming with the comprehension and grammar part, which you need to read and then write the answer. Section C will be coming, the literature. Section A, the reading part, comprehension part, will be having 20 marks. Section B, writing and grammar, will be having 30 marks, where essay writing, letter writing, flyer writing, poster writing, all this will be included, along with the grammar part. And literature part, you already have the 2 literature books, so from there 30 marks question will come. It will be total of 80 marks. 80 marks for final exam, and internal assessment will be of 20 marks. Question paper will have 3 parts: reading, writing, and grammar, and the next one is literature. Time limit, again 3 hours. Question will be the objective, very short answer, and descriptive type. For English answer script, I will tell you one thing. When you write the answer, please read carefully, because you will be evaluated based on the grammar ability and also the spelling. It is very, very important for a child of 10th class board exam to write the proper grammar and to write the proper spelling. So please focus on that. I will give you one suggestion, particularly for English. If the exam is continuing for 3 hours, try to finish the exam within 2 hours and 45 minutes time. Last 15 minutes, keep the time to read and reread. I have seen that many children, after finishing the exam writing, they close the answer script and they just look around. But please don't do that. Read the answer script again and again. You will find that where you made some mistakes, immediately correct it. Coming to the next slide, which is social science. Social science, history, civics, geography, and economics. Section 1 will be 7 number of questions will be there, each question 1 mark. Section B, 11 questions, each question will be carrying 3 marks. Section C, 7 questions, each question will be carrying 5 marks. And section D is the map pointing. It will be only 1 mark and 5 marks will be allotted. You have to identify one area. Points to remember for CBSE Class 10 marking scheme social science. 80 marks for final exam and internal assessment will be for 20 marks, which you already completed the project work. Total 26 questions can be asked for your project work or assessment, internal assessment. Time limit 3 hours. Question will be of the objective, very short answer, and descriptive type, and will be for 1, 3, or 5 marks. Social studies is such a subject. Last couple of years, if you monitor, particularly language and social science, children are scoring less. When you review your answer script, you know that why you are scoring less. Because in our campus, we already focused it. The reason the children are scoring less, they are not using the terminology properly. They are not using the keywords properly. And the answer, it should not be like a bullet point science answer. You can definitely use, but it is social, it is humanities. So you need to use sentences, full sentences to write the answers. Maybe in bullet points, but with the full sentence with it. Otherwise, the examiner will be having an impression that you didn't pay much attention for your social studies subject. Another thing for social studies I will ask you guys to do it is insert mind map and flowchart. Trust me, it gives immense positive result. When you insert a flowchart or a mind map and you explain very briefly why did you insert it, you have the chance to score 100%. Even in social studies, you can get 80 out of 80 if your answer script presentation is flawless. So please focus on preparing yourself. I'm moving on to the next slide, mathematics. So now, topic-wise weightage I will be telling you. Why this topic-wise weightage? You know that I was telling in the beginning of my session that not all children are good in all subjects. So I want you to write down these points. Some of us are very good in number systems. Some of us are in algebra, coordinate geometry, trigonometry, mensuration, statistics, and probability. These are the components. I am not expecting that every one of you will be good with all these components, but at least 1 or 2. This suggestion for those who are having a little bit fear in maths or performing not as you expected. So my suggestion for those children, you can see that number system will be carrying 6 marks, algebra 20 marks, coordinate geometry 6, geometry 15, trigonometry 12, mensuration 10, statistics and probability 11. So here the highest marks is allotted to algebra portion. So I will suggest those children who are having the fear in maths to focus more on algebra part, or focus more on geometry part or trigonometry part, because you will be getting more marks if you are having masters in these particular areas. For the children who are very good in maths, you know that you can perform better and can secure 100 out of 100, 80 in written, 20 in internal assessment. So please focus on preparation maths. Maths is a subject which needs more practice. There is no other way or other solution to go with the math subject to get good marks. Understand the concept, remember the formulas, and also try to apply based on the formulas, and practice as many as you can, as much as you can. Focus on the previous year's question papers. And when you focus on the previous year question papers, what are the problems that is there? You try to solve those problems. Start with the foundation, start with the basic, then slowly move on to the higher order thinking skills. It will enhance your ability and it will enhance your capability of solving the maths. Another trick for maths is when you are getting taught by your teacher and when you are discussing among with your peer groups, the result is phenomenal. So talk to your peer friends and find out whether they can give you a better suggestion after understanding from the teachers. So this is about maths. Now I will be moving to science, chapter-wise weightage. I told you that science is physics, chemistry, and biology. So first chapter, first topic is chemical substances, nature and behavior. How much marks? It is 25. World of living, 25 again. Natural phenomena, 12 marks. Effects of current, 13 marks. Natural resources, 5 marks. So if you are having a little bit of problem with chemistry or physics, biology, world of living, 25 marks will be giving you a really good boost up. And for chemistry, the numericals, physics and chemistry both I will be asking you to remember the numericals and solve as much as you can, practice. In science, I told before also, insert the diagrams whenever it is needed, insert the charts whenever it is needed, it will give you a boost up. And please mark, while I am talking to you, mark the area or the topic that you are very good at. Solve as much or as many as you can. Now I am moving to the next one, English, topic-wise weightage. There is not much in English. Reading skills 20 marks, writing skills 20 marks, literature 30 marks. Reading skills, first you need to read the comprehension of the passage that is given, and based on that the answer will be written by you. The second one is the writing skills, where essay writing, flyers, posters, letter writing, all this will be there. So for that purpose, what I will say, it is not always good luck or practice that you will be getting a known topic. Sometimes you might not get the known topics when it comes to the letter writing or essay writing part. But what you need to do, if you know the format of the letter writing, then you will be scoring some good marks. If you know the format of an essay, how to start, how to end, and what would be the main body, you will be getting good marks. So focus on that part. Literature, the key words are very important, spelling mistakes are very important, and try to use some ornamented English. Ornamented English means not the English that you speak on a daily basis, because we are evaluating literature. So focus on that part. You have a piece written by Ruskin Bond, and in that piece, there is ethos, there is moral that we discussed in the classroom when I came to teach. It can be translated or it can be transferred into real good English writing, and that will make a huge impression on the teachers, the examiners. So focus on your writing ability. Practice, practice, and practice. The next one is coming social studies, topic-wise weightage. India and contemporary world, 20 marks. Contemporary India, 20 marks. Democratic politics, 20 marks. This is coming under the civics. Understanding economic development, this is coming 20. So 4 components, each 20, 20, 20, 20. And economics part is not that tough for you people. Maybe it is a new subject, but you were studying it since last 2 years. And when it comes to the writing, again I am telling, social studies, there are lots of different kind of keywords. Focus on them and write down those words. And when you are writing, try to underline or highlight those papers. So it will give you the full marks if you want to get full marks. Paper presentation, I'm moving to the second last one. Paper presentation, tips and guidelines. CBSE exam start from February 2023. At this time, while almost students are busy with the preparation and revision of all subjects, it is equally important that students make a plan to write their exam appropriately and present their answers in the best way. We are teenagers. I am talking to the teenagers now. When you go out from your house, you always pay attention to your looks, right? You Look at your hairstyle. You pay attention to the clothes that you were wearing. You pay attention to the shoes that you were wearing. So why can't you pay attention to the answer script that you were presenting in front of the evaluators or the examiners? So this is very, very crucial and important. A good presentation of your knowledge in the answer script will definitely impress the examiner, and it will help you score high marks. Here are a few tips about the presentation of your answer script in the board exam. Here, I want you to follow and use your pen and paper to write the do's and the don'ts. First, underline each heading or subheading involved in the answer. When you are writing a short answer or medium size or long answers, what we do? We write it in one paragraph. Separate the paragraph you must need to, and also the heading and the subheading you must need to underline, so that examiner know that there is a classification, and based on that your weightage of getting marks will increase. Draw a 2-inch line border on the right side of the page of your answer sheet where you can do your rough work. I told this before. Otherwise, doing the rough work anywhere in the sheet will make it look very untidy, and the examiner will not be finding the connection between the rough work and the main answer. Increase the pictographic content wherever possible by include as many diagrams, tables, charts, and etc. as possible. I told you that mind map, flowchart in social studies, diagram in science studies, in social also you can use the diagram. In English, a good flowchart or a mind map when it comes to the literature part will help you understand how you will get more marks. It will help to make your knowledge more noticeable and visible than writing it in the form of long paragraphs. So you understand that long paragraphs, after reading some of the lines, examiner might lose interest if it is not that much interesting. But if you insert something in it, it will be much more interesting to read. And the more they will read, the more marks you will be getting. Try to write most of the answer in points or bullets with properly highlighted headers and subheaders. Make the important points highlighted and underlined. As I am heading the ICSE unit also, it is a part of ICSE board exam that all answers should be highlighted with the keywords. The keywords should be highlighted. And CBSE also, it is the same pattern. The more you identify the keywords and you use it properly inside the sentence while writing the answers, your chance of getting full marks will increase. Write your answers in legible writing and try to maintain the same throughout the paper so as to make your work look uniform and appealing. You know, when you are writing an answer, not everybody is having the good handwriting. Some of us are having a little bit of poor handwriting, but try to make your handwriting in such a way that the examiner will be able to read. So practice handwriting and present your paper in such a way, go for it with the proper handwriting. I am not asking that everybody will be writing the answer in calligraphic form, but try to focus on the words which will be fully defined so that the teacher or the examiner can read your answers. Whenever you need to cut a word or an answer, sometimes we make mistakes, and after writing we realize that there is a mistake and I need to rectify it. So what is the possible way to rectify? Never use a whitener in the exam paper. First place, you are not allowed to take the whitener, but in any case, if you are managed to take it, never use the whitener. Instead of that, one single line of stroke will be absolutely fine. Just try one single line in between the wrong answer or where you want to correct it. It will give you a good presentation. Just draw a line with your pen over the particular text or word. Avoid scribbling and scratching, as it will make your answer sheet look messy and unclean. Do not forget to write the question number against each answer properly. ICSE is having a very clear instruction that you should not be changing the sequence of the question, but CBSE doesn't have. 2 days before, we were conducting a session in our campus with our Honorable Chairman, Dr. E. Prasad Rao sir, and another chairperson who is an eminent educationist from Telangana region, Mr. Murthy. He is the chairperson of Gayatri and Melua International Schools. So we were discussing that what would be the presentation, and SAT that day gave a very good idea. First segment is always the MCQ. If you are not good at it, or if you are not sure that you will be scoring 100 out of 100% in there, he suggested go to section D, where the short or long answers are there. The reason he said that, because long answer when you are writing, and I suggest the same thing, when you will be writing the long answer, you can highlight the keyword, you can insert some of the diagrams, you can insert the mind map and the flow chart. So what would happen if the examiner takes your answer script in front of them, and if the examiner finds that the first you started with the section D and your answers are beautifully presented, you secure your chance to get full marks. And when it comes to the next segment, if you are writing next segment the MCQ questions, and if there is any mistake also, your coverage will be more in the first segment where you are writing the long answer based on your knowledge and ability. So select the segment that you are going to write according to your understanding, and according to your knowledge, and according to your preparation. Then and another last thing is, always write the correct question number next to the answer. Always do that, because if you break the sequence in middle, examiner needs to understand where you are writing. So please follow that pattern. Write each answer with properly spaced words that are neither too close or not too far. So when you are writing a sentence, the gap in between the words or the sentences, you need to maintain it neatly so that it should be uniform for all the answer script. Now I will be moving on to the next one. Time management, very, very important. I have seen in my relevant experience, when I go to your class and I see that you guys are writing answers, what generally you do? You don't follow the time management. So the first section, you pay more attention because you know many things about that. Or when it comes to the short answer or the long answer, as you know something more, you start writing more and more for one particular answer. And when it comes to the end of the session, you are running out of time. So a proper division of time based on the answer is very important. How you can do that? Practice makes us perfect. There is a proverb. So already in our class, in our institution, when you were going for the revision, when you were going for the extended classes, you are allowed to keep a watch next to you. When you are writing an answer, always focus that watch, there is a watch. Try to maintain the timing. First, you segregate your timing. 15 minutes will be given in the exam time before the exam starts to read the question paper. And while you are reading the question paper, in your mind, please get a picture of what are the segments that you will be covering for each section. Please don't write anything in the question paper because it is prohibited. You are not allowed. But in your mind, you can do that. So first, when you get the 15 minutes time to read the question paper, what you need to do is, you need to, that time only, you need to understand that for which question you will be giving which time, or what would be the priority. Because by seeing the question paper, you already know that which answer you will be able to write in a better way, or which answer you are not that much confident. So based on that, first you allocate your time, and then use writing. It should be practiced. Since now it should have been, but if not, start from today onwards. When you write your answer, please keep a watch next to it, and for each question, allot a particular time based on your ability and subject knowledge for that particular answer. So time management can be managed in there. Please mention your hall ticket number on top of each page. Generally, we do that. When we get the answer script, the front page or the cover page, we write the hall tickets and all the details, unique ID, the name. But my suggestion is always, whatever the page, write the hall ticket number on top of each page. It will be easier for the examiner to relate. And also, if there is by any chance, if there is any missing page, they will be able to understand. And also mark the page. First number, when you start writing, not the cover page, should be 1. Then the next one is second. Then the next one is third. So if by any chance there is one page missing, the examiner will understand that something gone wrong, and they will immediately take care of that. Reading the textbook. This is one point that I need to pay a little bit more focus. My experience says that many of us or many of you don't pay much attention to the textbook. There are lots of supplementary books available in the market. You always buy those question banks. You always rely on the answer that has been given to you. You by heart it, you write the answer. But trust me, if you read the text properly, every single time the text will give you a different exposure of understanding the concept. The more you will read text, the more the concept will come clearer to you, and you will be able to write the answer with the textual knowledge and textual thought. And then you can add your own understanding to it. So text reading is very, very important. Whether it is science, whether it is English, whether it is Hindi, Telugu, or any other language or social studies, please read the text. I am actually going to suggest you another thing, reference book study. When I was a child and I was studying in 10th grade or 11 and 12, we were guided to read reference books, lots of reference books particularly. If a social study book is giving one particular chapter, we will read the reference books to identify the more details about the chapter. For an example, the thief story, Ruskin Bond. Again, I am referring this because the story is very close to my heart. So when I read that story, try to develop a habit to understand who is Ruskin Bond and what is his writing ability and what kind of things he incorporates while he is writing. So when you do that, your answer will automatically be developed with that same amount of knowledge. You will be seeing a different kind of answer booklet. Your originality will come out and impress who will be the teacher, the evaluator, the examiner. Next point is, please pay more attention to competency-based questions. I already discussed about that. Clear your doubts and understand the concept during the revision. Please raise your hand when the teachers are available in the class during the revision period. If you are having any doubt, please raise your hand. The teacher will particularly come to you and will explain the doubt. If the teacher explanation will not make you understand the whole concept, put it in front of your peer groups. Discuss, understand, experiment, and give the application part. You will be having a very clear knowledge when it comes to the writing part. Writing practice is very much important. I have seen a tendency that when a child is asked to study, when it is 10th class or 8th or 9th or whatever, they always open a book and they are reading. Tell me honestly, you don't need to give me the answer, give the answer to yourself. Are you actually reading? The book is open in front of you, but we don't pay much attention to that. Our mindset is somewhere else. It happens sometimes. So, my suggestion to you is to prepare for the exam. Whatever you're studying, after finishing the study, give a 5 to 10 minutes gap and then write the concept, what you understood from your reading within 5 to 10 sentences. Every day until these couple of days, you please go along with this practice. Trust me, the ability of your answer writing will increase nearly 70 to 80% if you do that on a daily basis. Read first give a little bit of time, go out, talk to your family members or friends or parents, and then come back within 5-7 minutes, then write the concept according to your own words. Don't follow the textual words, don't go for any notes. Write down the answer that you understood from that. So writing practice, very, very important. Another thing for writing practice is when you write something regularly, your handwriting speed will increase a lot. You see, nowadays, it is a life of social media. If I ask you to write something, you will open your computer or laptop, you will type in Word file, submit, finish. But your exam is pen and paper, black and white. You need to write. So practice as much as you can. It will carry more weightage during the evaluation if you highlight the keywords in your answers. Probably this is the 4th time during my presentation I shared today. Again, I am sharing that important. Now I am moving on to the next page. Answer booklet. CBSE has a very different kind of answer booklet. You know, generally in school you write the answer like this in portrait format. But when it comes to that CBSE answer script, it is mainly the landscape format. So please be prepared for that. Hindi, the subject code is 085. Theory marks 80, internal assessment marks 20. Any external assessors coming? No. Answer paper for your internal assessment will be given by the board? No. Any white paper, spiral binding, project is absolutely fine. And how many pages answer booklet? It will be 32 pages answer booklet. Mathematics, the standard paper, code 041, 80 marks theory, 20 marks internal assessment, no external assessors, and no answer booklet during the internal projects. It will be plain paper, spiral binding. And your answer booklet will be 48 pages and graph paper. Science, subject code is 086. 80 marks theory, 20 marks internal assessment, no external assessor, no answer script for the internal assessment, 32 pages of answer booklet during the board exam. Social science, 087, 80 marks theory, 20 marks practical, 20 marks internal assessment, no external assessor, no answer script for your internal assessment, your own paper only, and answer booklet 32 pages. Telugu, Telangana Telugu, the subject code is 089. 80 marks written, 20 marks internal assessment, no external assessor, no answer booklet for your internal assessment, 32 pages of answer booklet. English literature and language, subject code 184, to theory marks 80, internal assessment 20. Any external assessors? No. Answer paper for internal assessment by the board? No. And answer booklet 32 pages. For English, ASL test is there and a project. Already I think in our campus, not I think, I believe that in our campus it is already completed. Now coming to maths basic, the subject code is 241. 80 theory marks, 20 internal assessment marks. Any external assessors? No. Any paper for internal assessment? No. Answer booklet 48 pages and a graph paper. Now, I was asked by many one of you to show some sample papers which are the toppers paper. So I cannot show you the total now because it will be a little bit difficult for you people to see the screen. So what I am going to do, I am going to share a link with you. Please write down this link, okay? https then www.selfstudies.com/books.cbse-answer-sheet/English sets class-10th. Please check the screen and write down. And I suggest you to go through all the subject-based answer paper. You will see that the difference that we make when we prepare a really, really good answer script. So I came to the end of my discussion today. I hope this guidance will help you for preparing your board exam. Time management, reading the text, focusing on competency-based question paper, presentation is the key. Another thing, last but not the least, don't change the ink color frequently in your answer script. If you started the exam with black pen, try to focus to end the exam paper with black pen. If you are writing the exam paper with blue pen, try to continue with the blue pen. When it comes to the subtopic, when it comes to the highlight area, you need to use a different color to mark it, but don't use the highlighter. It is not allowed, only the pen that you can use it. So I came to the end of this discussion, and if you guys are having any questions, particularly I'm talking to the children of Paramita Heritage School and Irish World School, you know where to contact. Talk to your teacher, you can reach to me and our Honorable Chancellor. He is an eminent educationist, we can guide you through. Even Gopi sir is there, Rabindra Patra sir is there, Dipti ma'am is there, they all will be able to help you. Just don't get scared. I didn't cover one area, that is the exam fear, because last 2 days before when the session was taken, Chairman sir said that he will be taking up a session with you people for the exam fear. So that day again we will discuss physically what is the exam fear and how can we overcome it. All the best, my dear children. I know that you guys will be doing your level best, secure a very good marks, and first board exam, so prepare very nicely. Last word, next 1.5 months, don't focus on the competitive exam. This time, focus on board exam writing and the preparation part. If you secure a very good marks in your board exam first, you will feel happy, your institution will feel happy, your parents will feel happy. So all the best, children. I end up my discussion and my session in here. I thank all of you for joining our session. Thank you.